Yes, so about the weekend. Today, we are having the opening ceremony right now, and as soon as I finish my speech, two of the challenge owners will come to the stage and they will introduce the challenge a little bit um, to you as well. So you will hear two presentations from the challenge owners, and then we will hold a little team formation to those who came to the hackathon alone. So I don't know how many lone wolves are here actually right now. Could you raise your hand if you are here alone? A little bit higher. Thanks. Two people. Oh, that's not that much. It will be an easy match, I think. So as soon as we formatted the teams, the mentoring sessions will start. I will tell you a little about. I will tell a little about the mentorings itself later. But now, just let's move on to Saturday. But before that, yes. So we will have a draft submission deadline, which you can do on the Junction app. And we also put some papers on the tables as well, where you can read about the evaluation and submission process. So please read it carefully, because we think it's really useful for you to get to know how the actual submission and the evaluation will happen. On Saturday, you can also have some mentoring sessions if you need some support or advice from the mentors. We will have some team building activity, and as far as I know, you've got a little card with a number on it, right? Okay, so don't lose it, because it will be needed tomorrow at 11. We will have a little fun activity for you, so please take care of this little paper, or just remember your number. Mentoring sessions will last until 6 p.m. and there will be a second draft submission deadline at 8 p.m. And on Sunday, which will be, I think, the most exciting day of the hackathon, you will have to submit your final project until 10 a.m. And then the jury will start the evaluation to choose the top 8 teams, which means that we will have 4 teams from each challenge. And the closing ceremony will start at 2 p.m. and we will do the presentations and the voting and the announcements in like 2 hours. So we won't take a break between them. We will do it in one. And let's talk about the evaluation on Sunday. If I can switch to the next slide. It's a bit tricky. I think the PC is a little bit far from here. Oops. Okay, not right. Could you help me to switch back? Yeah, or yes, this one. So, as I mentioned already, you will have to submit a draft project today and for tomorrow, but it will only have to contain the challenge that you will work on. You can choose it from the Junction app, whether you will choose the software development or hardware development challenge. We only want to see how many projects will be on the different challenges. Nothing special. You don't have to do any description or link the YouTube video. Just choose the one challenge you will work on. That's it. You will have to submit the final project itself that have to contain the YouTube video, the GitHub repo, description until 10 a.m. on Sunday. We won't be able to expand the deadline, so please make sure that your video is available and public on YouTube, so the jury can see it, and also the repo is public and not private, so they can also check it. At 11, the jury will start evaluation. They will choose the 4 teams from each challenge that will get into the finalists. So we will have 8 teams in the finalists, and they will have to do a 4 minutes long pitch at the closing ceremony. There may be some questions from the audience or from the mentors or from the jury, so prepare with some answers as well. And I think that we will finish the event by 4 p.m. on Sunday, where you will know which one of you won the grand prize or the challenge prizes or the audience award prize. And we will have some mentors here with us. You can find them on the gallery. As you may saw in the directory, it's a little tricky now to book a session, but we would like to ask you to do it, as even if you are here and the mentor is here also, because online teams can also book mentoring sessions. So if a mentor has a session with an online team, he or she maybe won't be able to talk to you if you just go there to ask some questions, or just if you want a session. So I would like to ask you to use this table. It's in the mentor directory, you can find it. And as you can see, there are not links, but meeting IDs and passcodes. If you, but you won't need that because you will be here. So So just make sure that you book a session on Booked for Us, and that's it. And then you can find the mentors on the gallery during the weekend. You can have mentoring sessions today evening and tomorrow, mostly all days. And before I forget, we have some HR representatives at the entrance. There they are waiting. Yes, hey guys. And if you are interested in Bosch as a company and maybe as your future employer, you can go there and you can talk to them and get some information, and you can also book some consulting hours with them. So feel free and take this opportunity, because I think it's really good opportunity to you. They are here today until like 7, and tomorrow for the offline teams they will be available in the afternoon. Yes, and a little bit about the challenges, but I saw that some of you already opened the descriptions. So we have 2 challenges, a software and a hardware development challenge. Each challenge worth 3,000 euros. So the team who won the challenges will take home this amount of money. And the challenge is about, actually I'm not a hardware or software development person, but yes, at the software development challenge you will have to track objects around the vehicle and provide collision warning in the blind spots, while for the hardware challenge you will have to design and create an IoT device network that helps homes be more energy efficient. I think both of them seems to be really interesting, and our hackathon experts told me that even he couldn't choose which one to work on. So I hope that you will have the chance to figure out which is the most suitable for you. And as for the prices, we not only will have challenge winners, but also a grand winner and an audience award winner. The grand winner can take home 5,000 euros, while the audience award winner 500 euros. But a team can take all of the prizes. I mean, one challenge prize, a grand prize, and the audience prize as well. So maybe there will be a lucky team who can take home 8,500 euros, which I think not a cheap money. The prizes will be given, the challenge winners will be chosen by the jury members of Bosch, that you can also get to know through the directory. We will have 4 jury for each challenge, for the software and the hardware as well. You can get to know them. I think that some of them maybe will be here as well. So if you go to the gallery, you will maybe find them as well. Oh, what happened? Yes. Okay. So as we are a hybrid event, we are having online platforms, which I think that you may already know. But we have Slack as our main communication channel. You can saw that we already posted a lot of information about the event in the announcements channel, but we have an Ask Anything channel as well, where you can ask your questions. We have the Junction app, where the project submission, registration will happen, and also the voting for the grand winner, and the Booked for Us, which is for the mentor bookings. And regarding the venue, I tried to collect all of the needed information. For example, if you want to go out for the night or just for, I don't know, for a walk, then please take your badge with you. And when you come back, we will ask for your badge so we can know that you are here with us and you are a competitor who have been admitted to the event. So please take it with you. As for the food, we will provide lunch, dinner, and breakfast, and some snacks during the days. And one thing I want to ask from you, that you can ask coffee from the bar for free, but this is the only thing that you can ask from the bar as free. So if you want to have a Coke or, I don't know, any other drinks, you must pay for it. Also for the popcorn and the nachos. So if you are hungry, you can ask food from them, but we will also provide you with some foods during the hackathon, and we will also place some Red Bulls on the tables in this place. So if you want to drink an energy drink, a Red Bull, then please take it from the tables. Otherwise, if you ask it from the bar, you will have to pay for that as well. We have a chill room in the back, which you can use for sleeping or just relax. You can use the games, of course, the simulators. If there's any problem with them, ask for staff and we will help you to solve it. And also one thing, that just look after each other's, and if you see some trash on the floor, please throw it out. We have some bins, and please try to keep the place as clean as possible. And yeah, I think that's it. But if you have any questions regarding anything, we are here for you. I didn't put myself on the on the screen because you can see me actually and you already know me. But we have Ago, who will have some informations about the mentors if you have some issue with them. We have Rika here. There, she is responsible for the venue and the food. So if you have questions related to them, just ask her. We have Lotta there as well. If you have any problem with the Junction app or some other IT related issue, you can look for him. We have Emesha, who is coordinating. Yes, she is also there, who is coordinating the volunteers. And we have Vicky, who is the social media coordinator at the event. She doesn't want to introduce herself, but yes, thanks. If you want to have a picture, we have an Insta frame, thanks, which you can use and post something on your social media, and she will help you with that. But if you cannot reach us, just put your question in the Ask Anything channel, or look for someone who is in a white coat, like a Bosch t-shirt. There are mentors who wear these t-shirts as well, but yes, you can ask anything from them and from us as well. And I think that that's all that I wanted to share with you. And I hope that I gave through every information that you need to know for the weekend. But if not, just let me know it. And yes, you can always reach out to me. I think you can find my phone number even on the website as well. And I think that we reached the point where I can introduce the challenge owners and ask them to the stage. So the first one would be Adam Wittmann, who is the owner of the software challenge. And he will tell you a little bit about this challenge. Why did they choose it? What kind of solutions they are expecting, and what are the criteria of the challenge when they will evaluate your project. So, Adam, yes, that's you.
Hey all, can you hear me well? Good. Okay, let's see if it's coming. challenge is a little bit from this direction. You are also competing, aren't you? Good. May I? Okay, just a couple of minutes and I will get the presentation. Until then. Good. So this will be about radars and cameras in the vehicle. They detect objects around us, cars, trucks, pedestrians, even guardrails or anything around us. And we provide this data to you. We'll have a couple of measurements that you can work with. And based on this, your task will be to develop a so-called blind spot detection system. You might have heard about it. So some kind of these systems are already on the road, but yeah, it's here. But the little stuff that is in the side mirror, and when something is in the blind spot of the driver, then it's blinking in orange. Basically, this is something similar that you need to do. Just here, the objects will be also in the sensor's blind spot as well. So the sensor will not see if the objects are there at the moment when you will need to detect them. Okay, good. So our challenge will have 3 parts. My expectation is that you don't need to complete fully all of the parts. It was designed in a way that you can choose. You are free to choose. You can decide if you go a bit deeper into one challenge, into one part, or you are a bit more high level but solve all 3 parts or deal with all 3 parts. It's up to you. The jury knows about this, so they will be able to decide based on that. Good. Okay, so the first part of the challenge is here you can see a very schematic figure about a vehicle driving upwards. We have a front camera behind the windscreen and 4 corner radars. Yep. Your task is to create, let's say, kind of object tracking system based on what the sensors see around the car. Then you need to track these objects, even in case when they are, yeah, is it? No, you can see, even if they are in the blind spots. So if the sensors are losing it for a couple of seconds, then you could track these objects as well. And here are the orange blind spots. These will be the most interesting part. Yeah. The second part is to give a warning for these blind spots. If an object, specifically a vehicle, is in these objects. Okay, so you will know in your coordinate system where these objects are, where the vehicles are around our own vehicle. And if they are within this defined area, then you should show a warning. It can be a blinking red point. It can be some, I don't know, music starts playing or whatever, so that we just know that you know that it's in the blind spot. Okay. For some extra fun, you can react only on the cars, only on objects which are detected by the sensors as cars. The tricky part is that only the front video camera is able to classify those objects. So the radar will not know, or at least not tell you, if it's a pedestrian, if it's a cyclist, a car, or if it's a guardrail. It's only the front video. So here it's a bit more tricky to bring that information from the front video's data, also with the objects when they are in the blind spot. Okay, so that's a bit more tricky. But of course, it's not mandatory. So you can also deliver this part of the challenge if you are not doing this. This is just some, let's say, extra fun, which shows the mentors and the jury that, yeah, you are a bit more deep into this part of the challenge. Good. And then the third part, yes. Here, this is a bit less about coding and more about bringing your innovative thinking, your creativity to the front. So we have these sensors 1 video and 4 radars. And then it's up to you. What do you think, based on this, which new functionalities, which new features could be developed, which are, of course, not yet on the market? So, we are curious about any ideas that you think it is sellable, any ideas where you think that, yeah, there is some business case behind where it makes sense to deal with it. Here, we'll be curious about your ideas, the technical details. In case you have time or you spend some time for some prototype implementation, then we are curious about, the business case, why it is good to deal with it, why it makes sense, for example, to put it in a car, and of course, how you present it. Good. Then here is the evaluation criteria. How much time I have? Okay, good. So about the evaluation criteria for the first part, so this is the object tracking. Then one point is how accurate your object tracking is. The second part is what is the technical background, the technical realization of the solution. Let's say how sophisticated you could solve this issue, and of course how you present, etc., how you show it up. For example, here just a good idea. This object tracking could be well shown in a small animation and in a small visualization. So you just, I don't know, developing a GUI, putting there a rectangle, this is the car, and then you are showing, hey, this is an object that is going near us or going by our side or whatever. So yeah, of course, if it's more sophisticated, more fancy, this is also fun, but it's not only the evaluation criteria. For the second part, where you are implementing the blind spot detection and this blinking, this alert based on the objects in the blind spot, basically the same stuff, how precisely you are showing your alert on the objects, how well, how sophisticated you developed the functionality itself. If the warning comes only on, sorry, it's not pedestrians, my mistake. If it comes only on vehicles, so cars, and of course, again, the presentation method, how you are showing it to us. I know how creatively you are blinking that little one, daughter, whatever. And the third part, this is about the innovation, really anything that is about how to sell it, how good idea it is, what is the technical background, if it is really implementable or if it's a good idea, but we don't have a technical background for it, anything like this. So here again, just let's bring up your creative ideas. Okay, good. Then I will share some details. So you will get this presentation. You will have this information. That's good. I will also share some details what you will receive, but which is not in the challenge intro, which is in the web page. Okay. So here are the signals that you receive. At the top, you can see the camera object signals. You can see that little star. This star, so in the place of this star, you will see numbers from 0 to 14. It means that the camera, in the same time, is capable of detecting 15 objects maximum. Okay, so maybe it's not detecting 15 objects because there is so many cars in front of us, but maximum 15 objects. And for each, you get the position, dx, dy, the velocity, vx, vy, and the object type. So this is the classification which tells you if the object is a pedestrian, a car, a truck, a cyclist, or something unknown. Okay. Then below we have the coordinate data. Here, the first star, and I cannot show it, but the first star is about the radar ID. We have 4 corner radars. Okay. 4 corner radars. The first star shows from which radar the information is coming from. The second star at the very end, again, shows which object it is. The radars are capable of detecting 10 objects at the same time. Okay. Exactly. Then you know the camera's position if you need it. Yep, we have a fancy ADMA reference. Who knows what ADMA is here and there? Okay, basically it's a high accuracy GPS. So it gives you the objects within 1-2 centimeter accuracy. Okay, so this helps you to a little bit validate your development or make it more sophisticated. And at the very bottom, these signals will help you with the host vehicle movement. So the vehicle's movement that we are basically sitting in. Okay. Good. Here are the sensor positions if you need it. I just put here some coordinate systems to make it easier to understand what is azimuth, what is elevation, etc. Don't worry if you cannot read everything right now. You will get this presentation. Okay. And you can check it offline as well. And maybe one more interesting thing here on my right side, you can see the key basically for the object type of the video. So it depends on what value you see on that signal. You can see what is a car, what is a motorcycle, whatever. Yep. And one more interesting thing, and please don't forget, so it's a little bit pre-processing on the signals. You need to denorm the signals. So divide the signal by 128, 256, 2048 to get the signal in SE units, so in meters, meter per second, etc., etc. Okay, please don't forget it because, yeah, if you forget it, it will make the challenge a little bit more challenging. Okay, good. And I believe that's the end of my story this way. Okay, anyway, that's the end of my story. I don't know if we have place here for questions, if you got any. Yeah. 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 Good question. Good question. If I can go back to the somewhere, please, one more. This one, the ugly sketch. The center of the rear axle is the origo. Okay. Everything is within this coordinate system. So you don't need to do coordinate transformation, anything. You don't need to remember back to ugly high school or ugly university math. It's not the case. Okay. Everything is in the same coordinate system in meters, in meter per second and meter per second square in case of acceleration. Of course, if you norm the signals with those. Okay. Yep. Could you repeat? I didn't just sorry. I'm coming back to the online attendees as well. Okay, so the question was if you need to come up with a simulation environment or not. A little bit, it's up to you if you want to build your own simulation environment or you just, so you get the data in CSV format, okay? Or you just read in all the data from the CSV format and then you run your program and it's showing in the visualization in a small GUI that, yeah, here we are reading in the data, and yeah, here step by step the objects are going, etc., stuff. So it's really up to you. I'm not expecting a simulation environment. Okay. Yeah, I would again say it's a bit up to you, but yeah, you got a bit more time to consult with the mentors. So they are almost all from this driver assistance area. They are dealing basically all day with these kind of measurements. So they are really, I would say, way more skilled in answering these questions I'm just a guy who's a product owner, but not touching the measurements every day. So I don't know, but I got the role to tell you the ugly truth. Good. Okay, one more. Yep. Yeah, good question. What's the meaning of the third, so the vertical coordinate? For example, if you got bridges in front of you, then, for example, radars detect them. So you are on a highway. There's a bridge, another street going above the highway. And, uh, you get the videos also, so you will be able to see the videos for the data set. Yeah. Sorry? You get an AVI. Yes. Yeah, you get an AVI and you get the CSV, and they are correlating to each other. But I think in the measurements you will not get the Z coordinate, but you basically don't need it. Okay, good. Wanda is checking her watch, so I think it's time for me to give the word to the hardware challenge owner. But again, I encourage you to go to our mentors. They are quite skilled. I have high trust in them. So, yep, use the chance for mentoring sessions. And last but not least, have fun during the weekend. Thanks and goodbye.
Get off-the-shelf items, of course, a temperature sensor, flow sensor, and so on. But we really would like to give you a challenge to design your own sensor. At least one sensor will be required for this challenge that incorporates at least two sensor technologies. For example, temperature and humidity, for example. These are two types of, let's say, sensing technologies, what we are looking for. These are just simple ideas. We are also looking for a sensor network solution. So we would like to see your ideas, how this sensor network, how this IoT network is composing of. So please make a drawing of your IoT sensor network, what they are doing and what they are consisting of. So if it's more complex and saves more values for the user, for example, electricity, water, and gas, it will be more rewarded than just saving, let's say, time or just one electricity or water. This is one. So for the sensor yourself, you are designing, we would like to, because it's a hardware challenge, and some of you are doing it in online, so we cannot give you any, let's say, Arduino or something. But what we are requiring from you is to design this one sensor by yourselves in a CAD system. So for example, Altium, OrCAD, Eagle, KiCad, and so on. So please do a schematic of the one sensor, please do a layout and pay attention to the rules, for example, layout rules. You are, for example, if you are dealing with Wi-Fi, please make the grounding so that the Wi-Fi signals doesn't interfere with other components, other sensors as well. So we will be looking for these as well. We are also looking for complex solutions. So if you incorporate in one sensor just a temperature sensing, then it will be less rewarded than a sensor that has multiple opportunities to, for example, sense flow, electricity, gas, temperature, humidity, and so on. So this will be today's main challenge. We want to have your creativity and come up with new ideas here, what kind of sensors, technologies you could use to save, for example, energy in a home. Does your solution needs to be a new solution? I mean, does the owner has to buy a new boiler, a new refrigerator, and so on, or it can be retrofitted to an existing home? For example, if you have a boiler yourself, and if you controlling with an IoT system, some valves, relays that old boiler, then you don't have to throw it away. You can retrofit it, make it intelligent. It's a really good buzzword today. So this is also a criteria for today. So this is the challenge mainly. I'm not just a challenge owner, I'm also a mentor here. So today you will find me here in this place, and when I'm not booked for an online meeting, just come and visit me and ask me some questions. If you have ideas, let's discuss it. I myself do IoT and hardware design, so I can help you with that. I can help you with the schematic and so on. So yeah, that was a challenge. Have fun. And I have one question for you. Who is thinking about taking the hardware challenge? Can you see your hands if you want to take the hardware challenge? Okay, a few already. Okay, thank you very much. So then see you guys up the mentoring, and have fun and good luck for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I hope that all of the competitors could get a little bit closer to the challenges. And right now, I would like a little less noise, please. Yes, thanks. So, I saw that István asked you which one of you will work on the hardware challenge, but who is thinking about working on the software challenge? Raise your hand. Oh, that's good, I think. Great. So, I think that we reached the end of this opening ceremony. And right now, I wanted to say something which I forgot actually. So I maybe will be back to the stage soon. But right now, I want to ask you to take your... yes, I know. So move closer to your team. And please do not leave any empty seats between you, because we will have more competitors coming, and they will need the space as well. So please just try to move a little bit closer to each other. And yes, dinner will be served by 7 p.m. and you can get water, lemonade next to the bar. And if you need anything or you have any questions, just let us know. And I hope that you will have a great time here. And I don't know if you have any questions right now that would be useful if I could answer it in front of everyone. No, I should leave you alone, right? Okay. So thanks for the attention, and see you soon on the stage. And for the next part of the event, I would like to ask those who came alone. We had 2 people before. I don't know if we have more right now. You and you. Who is alone here? Who doesn't have a team? You don't have a team. And you. Okay. Guys, please come to the stage after I finish my speech. And yes, that's it. So have a great night and weekend here, and let us know if we can help you with anything. You will find the mentors on the gallery. You can find the HR representatives next to the Samsung stage, and the challenge owners will leave soon. So if you have some questions related to the challenges, then I would suggest to look for them as soon as you can. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.